Social Ecology. So, first presenter will be Michel Opielka. The title of his paper is Communalism, Garantism, Social Ecology, the Strategic Function of Social Sustainability in the 21st Century. Michel, do you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. That's fine. Okay, should I start right now?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. Okay, first of all, it's a pity that I cannot join you in Athens and just staying here in the middle of Europe. And but it's a pleasure to be on this way. I will try to point out my argument in a very comprimated, very short way. But I will start with a book which I just got yesterday. It's a book, Communalism as an Alternative by Eirik Eiglad. And I will start with it because I was pointed to this book with an invitation to your conference, to the TRISE conference. And I just read the book, and I think it was it's a good way to start into my argument. Because Eirik Eiglad argues that today we have a enormous confusion in the field of political ideology and in the field of political practice as well. And he argues that capitalism in a situation right now is improving and expanding commodification as a program of in all of fields of life, and the argument he refers on Murray Bookchin, whom I met some decades ago. Murray Bookchin says, "Oh, we have to argue in favor of communes, of municipalities, instead of arguing in state politics." And that's the starting point of my argument. And I will criticize it, and I will give you a small idea of how to go in a little bit different way. I just want to start with some charts, with a very small one, with this very small presentation, Communalism, Garantism, Social Ecology. You can find my argument in more detail in the paper which I deliver to you, and but I want to start with one argument. It starts with the Sustainable Development Goals of from the United Nations. As you know, that's a program which tries to combine ecological goals and social goals, and the social goals represent more than 10 of the 17 goals. One can argue, oh, what does it mean that it's a global perspective, it's a global program, which is the total contrast to communalism. And on the other side, as you know, that many municipalities in the world try to implement the Sustainable Development Goals in sustainability strategies on the local level. So that's the first point. The question whether social and ecological goals can be combined. As again, this was one of the big arguments of the very important arguments of Murray Bookchin, that we have to bring both fields of thinking together. And now I will send you the second. Hoppala. Hey, doesn't work. Yeah, now it works. Okay. So, and then I my basic argument is that we have to, from a social ecological point of view, we have to reinterpret, to conceptualize anew the role of social policy of the welfare state with reference to the ecological question. And my starting point was in this field with Gösta Esping-Andersen, who developed the idea of the welfare regime. He developed it in the late 1980s, and he distinguished three big regime ideas, which are at the same time structural and ideational concepts. Structural because they structure societies, and ideational insofar as they are political concepts, normative concepts. And he distinguishes three types: liberal, social democratic or socialist, and conservative. And in my theory, when I developed it on the Swiss cases and other cases, I added a fourth concept, the garantistic or the garantist type of welfare regime, which you can find, for example, in a nucleate form in Switzerland. And it's important for our discussion that these four types of welfare regime, which exist in mixed forms as well. It's a theoretical, analytical concept. It's not a concrete, it's not a specific, it's an analytical concept. That you have mixed forms. And the liberal concept is very skeptical against social sustainability because it refers basically on the welfare state control system or the governance system of market. The social democratic or socialist concept, which is focused on state intervention and state governance, has a very narrow concept of social sustainability because it mainly focus on redistribution. Ecological questions are relevant if they are on a more just and more equal redistribution, but they are not relevant in themselves. The conservative option, the third one, has a concept of social sustainability as well, but it's very difficult to distinguish because and to interpret because it has an internal concept. They are very focused on community ideas, but they are traditional community ideas: family, status groups, nation. That's a conservative program of communitarian, etatist, and more right-wing ideas. And the right-wing ideas, as you all know, they are expanding in the past years. And the fourth option, garantistic, it has a very far concept of social sustainability, a very broad concept of social sustainability. And I would say that in a certain way, the ideal type of the social sustainable development goals has to do with this far concept, with this broad concept of social sustainability. So this is my basic idea, and now we'll finish. I wanted to make it in a very, very short way. My argument is that to look at the world and the ideological world from these 4 points of view, these 4 regime types, for these 4 basic ideas, the communalism should go hand in hand with a garantistic option. Because I would recommend not to reduce politics to the communal, the local sphere. When I was in the summer, I was in Vermont visiting the 50th anniversary of the Institute for Social Ecology. And I was in this small state. I looked in this small capital, and Murray has lived in this world. And I would say that, of course, you can start politics, and you should start politics at the municipal level, but you should not end it. You should not end there. And my recommendation is to combine communalism and garantism as a new concept for social sustainability. I thank you for your attention.
Okay, anyone would like to make questions? Now is the time, or comments on the presentation of Mr.